The Tao of Self-Confidence, Episode 825. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello, friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today we have another Asian Women Who Boss Up co-author, and I'm super excited to have her on today. She is the CEO of ClosetSignature.com and also Director of Expansion at Virtual Financial Sound Meditation Practitioner. And I'm just super excited to have her on today to share her wisdom and excitement about the book. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Jae Han. Jae Han, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners.
Hi, I'm so stoked and honored to be here, Sheena, and to be a part of the Asian Women Who Boss Up book with you. And yeah, a little bit about myself. I am the CEO of ClosetSignature.com, and Closet is a women's clothing store and my mom has created. And we've been in business in San Diego going on 23 years this August. And so we're excited about that and going online. And then also during COVID, our stores were closed. So we didn't have an online store and I had nothing to do. And I'm someone that is busy all the time. So having that downtime, I took on a new career opportunity and with my friend's financial firm. And then what I also love to do is offer sound meditations with my crystal singing bowls, which I have 7 of them. And each bowl has a different chakra, color, note, and vibration. And those are my main things going on right now.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that and congrats. 23 years is, a success on its own because, most businesses don't last in their first 3 to 5 years. So, you just being there for 23 years, and I'm sure it wasn't an easy thing to do, but you just kept at it because that's what most entrepreneurs do, successful entrepreneurs. They just keep at it. So thanks for sharing that. And Jae Han, what's your cultural background?
So I am 100% Korean. And a little bit about my background. So my grandpa, I only know my mom's side because I've never met my dad. My grandpa was born actually in North Korea and he was in South Korea when they created the DMZ. And so he met my grandma, and from there, my grandpa had kidney failure. And so they had sent my mom to America to live the American dream and bring her whole family over, like her 2 younger sisters, mom and sick dad. And so my mom came to the US when she was 19 by herself.
Thanks for sharing that. And, it's great that your grandfather was able to be in South Korea, because I always hear a lot of stories where North Korean citizens aren't able to see their family because they're separated by the border. And even like love stories where they fell in love and haven't seen each other for years because they've been divided by the DMZ. And so I'm just grateful that your grandfather was able to be in South Korea at that point in time, and you guys are able to come here and create the life that you want. So just wanted to add that. And Jae Han, how does the model minority myth hurt Asian women as a whole?
The model minority myth, because some people may perceive all Asian women as quiet. Actually, it could go either way. It could be either Asian women are quiet and submissive or super powerful and like really powerful. It's like opposite sides of the spectrum. And then also what came into mind is how Asian people are known they're not good at driving. And so it's like, where did that even come from? Like I'm Asian. I'm like, I think I'm really good at driving. And, so it's like these stereotypes that people somehow create these stories and they're passed on from generation to generation because they're passed on by someone that they know when they haven't experienced like an Asian that is super powerful or doesn't know how to drive.
Thanks for sharing that. And I love how you mentioned that because we do have, the tiger mom, which is a mother who's basically like telling their kids what to do or have that, powerful stance on like, showing like that powerful stance on like being the authority. And it can be good or bad depending on each situation, right? Not saying it's all bad, because sometimes it can help us. But yeah, I love that you mentioned that, it could go one or the other, because as Asians, we are pretty extreme. We do go from one end to the other. And so, yeah, I don't know where the Asian women are great drivers came from either. So hopefully we can end that model minority myth. And why is creating a stronger representation of Asian women so important for you?
Why it's so important for me is because I'm so grateful that I have my mom. I've had her to look up to, and to see her come to the US, an Asian woman, at the age of 19, and she started selling Walkmans and radios in front of a gas station. So having that entrepreneurial spirit and seeing my mom in these positions of different obstacles we had to go through and challenges that we faced, and to have that role model, to know that, oh, she not only is she my mom, but she's also Asian and a woman. So a minority in a new country where she didn't know how to speak the language. And now through this book, I'm like, okay, I'm becoming more connected with my roots of who I am, because there's other people that look like me and maybe in my same position that I can guide or inspire along the way.
Thanks for sharing that. And I can't believe your mom used to sell Walkmans. For those of you who do not know what a Walkman is, it's basically like an MP3 player, but you had to put in a tape, and it's like this portable music player, basically. That was very popular in the 80s and maybe the early 90s. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. And Jaehan, how does it feel being that representation for so many Asian women in the world?
I am so honored, because before I used to go along life being shy and not speaking up or expressing myself. And through work of transformative work like Landmark has really helped me develop myself in speaking up and being courageous. And it's all within me. I had it all within me this whole time. It was the guidance and also different mentors as well. I have a mentor, Himalaya. She's the first time I did a public speaking ever, anything, it was with her. And to have these mentors has been such a light and inspiration. And now I have the opportunity to be in that position too. So I'm really excited about what the future has to offer.
Thanks for sharing that. And I love that you mentioned that it was within you to realize who you are and what you're capable of. Because I always tell women, we don't have a capability issue. It's actually a confidence issue. It's really how we perceive ourselves, because we're actually very capable. Actually, sometimes most of the time, this might ruffle a little feathers, but we're more capable than men. And it's just the only difference is men are way more confident than women. And so they're able to take action more, even if it's not the perfect action. And so I want women who are listening to this realize you are capable, and sometimes you just need help or support, because that's what we all crave, right? We crave support. We crave that support system that can sometimes we just need a helping hand or a cheerleader to say, you can go out there and do it. And that's one of the reasons why we created this book, and share one reason as to why every Asian woman needs to read this book.
It's because everyone has their own unique story, and we all have our own paths we go on. There's no right or wrong path. And with every path that we take, there's always going to be some obstacle. And if there isn't, something is going to shift where you'll be able to learn from that experience. And from that experience, you'll be able to add that to your wisdom and knowledge. And every woman in this book has a different background and different story. You'll be able to relate to one, two, or maybe all. And to have this platform, and also to have a community. One thing that humans strive is community and a sense of belonging, and to have a place to belong and see on a cover oh my gosh, that person looks like me. I can relate to her. And with these stories, we're able to share that community and stories.
I love it. And it's so true. I mean, we've been sharing this book everywhere on social media, on TV, on shows, on interviews. And, some of the feedback I've been getting is finally a platform where we can celebrate Asian women who've been bossing up, because we've been bossing up for years, but nobody talks about it. And representation is huge for me, because I never had that as well growing up in Canada. All I ever saw was Caucasian people on media. And I never thought I always thought being Asian was not good enough, right? I just thought it wasn't, something that was great to be proud of. But the more we can create representation like this, the more we can help future generations to realize that we are more than enough to go out there and do amazing things. And can you share what readers can gain from reading your story?
What readers can gain from reading my story is what it takes to be compassionate and resilient. Because I do share more about my mom and then also not knowing my dad and the journey to finding him. And then also my own journey of self-discovery. I was born into the entrepreneur's world. All I know is how to run a women's clothing store. And with this, I'm so grateful to have opportunities to discover what else there is in life and to be able to discover sound meditation. For those of you that are not familiar with meditation, it's honestly a moment to be still and present in the moment and focusing on your breath, and also having new opportunities, like teaching financial literacy. I never thought I would be doing, but being open to always learning.
I love it. I always, curiosity does build confidence, right? The more you want to know, the more you're going to go out there and find that information and take action on it because you're curious about it. So I love that you mentioned that. And can you share one boss up tip for our listeners today?
I'm going to do a couple in a tip, because first is have fun. Everything doesn't have to be so serious, doesn't have to be so heavy. Have fun and find pleasure in whatever it is that you're doing. Even if you don't want to be doing desk work, there's admin stuff I don't want to do. And it's okay, having fun with this. And also, when in doubt, put on a gratitude attitude, because we could always be one way of being, and coming back to gratitude is always a great reminder of, okay, this is where I'm at. What am I grateful for? And one thing that I do is a gratitude attitude practice. So 3 gratitudes a night, reflecting on the day. And today I'm on day 667 days of gratitude attitudes.
I love it. The attitude of gratitude, which is definitely something we should be doing, because the more you can celebrate success or be grateful, the more good things you'll be attracting, right? So I always believe in that. And it's a great way to just build your confidence, right? Just celebrating every single success. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Even if it means you figured out how to create a virtual background on Zoom, celebrate that, because it took me 6 months to figure it out. So yes, I am going to celebrate that. So thanks for sharing that tip. And Jaehan, if our listeners wanted to pre-order a signed copy of the book, is there any links that they can go to? And if there's any social media profiles that they can connect with?
So on my site, closetsignature.com, closetsignature.com, there's a link for Women Who Boss Up. And with any purchase on my website, we contribute to the environment by planting a tree and also offering an hour of free financial education. And also the social media links were on Instagram at Closet Signature. And my personal Instagram is at Jaehan Integrates, JaeHanintegrates, which has more of my sound healing and my personal life of what I'm up to. And also, if you're ever in San Diego, Sheena, you too, come visit me at my store in Ocean Beach. It's called Closet, and it's 2 blocks from the beach where the sun always shines, except today it's raining. Definitely come by and visit.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. If I'm ever in San Diego, I'll definitely visit for sure. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Jaehan, you can also head on over to thetaoofselfconfidence.com and search for Jaehan's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I just want to thank Jaehan today for taking the time to share her wisdom, her tips, and her excitement for the book, Asian Women Who Boss Up. So thank you so much, Jaehan.
Sheena, thank you so much for creating this platform, the Tao of Confidence, where you create this space for other women to share their experience and continue expanding on community. And I am so excited to connect with you and continue to create. Thank you.
Thank you. It was really great having you as well. And before I leave, just wanted to have a shout out. If you ever had a crazy idea to start something, to build a business, to help people, to grow a community, listen up. Follow That Fear podcast is a show dedicated to women who are sick and tired of their own excuses and ready to finally do the mindset work to build their business and sell their heart out, even if you hate selling. On the Follow That Fear podcast, we talk mindset, thought work, selling, and growing a digital business that is unlike any other. Visit katdelcarmen.com for more details. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new Asian Women Who Boss Up co-author who's going to share her insights, her tips, and her excitement for the book. So see you on the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. You can order your copy of Asian Women Who Boss Up book by visiting our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.